Welcome, everyone, to Georgia-Alabama Sports Live High School Football Showcase, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC, Gordy Eye Care, CVCC, Zaxby's, Masterwall, and Pepsi Buffalo Rock. This is the Midtown Showdown. This is the first Midtown Showdown that they call it, as this rivalry is renewed between the Hardaway Hawks and the Columbus Blue Devils. And this is a big region game, as both teams come into this contest 1-2 in the region. This is also Hardaway's homecoming, as we are live here at Otis Spencer Stadium. And if you just missed high school game day, we were in the tailgating area, and it was a fantastic high school game day. And I'm Richard Holdridge here on the call alongside Chris Gates. We might have a couple of guests or two that might approach their way up into the press box. But you got the Columbus Blue Devils, first-year head coach Robert Peters, 1-4 on the season. And you got the Hardaway Hawks, second-year head coach Ryan McKenzie. They are 2-4 on the season, as they get ready to kick things off. Some key players to look for Hardaway. Bobby Gary Jr., the sophomore quarterback for Columbus. Their quarterback is Christian Spivey, but we're going to see a lot of carries from their two running backs, David Livingston and Grant Garinger. As Grant Garinger had a big run against Shaw, we had that game at Kinnett Stadium. So, yeah, Columbus is 1-5 on the season. Their only win was a 17-13 win against the Jordan Red Jackets. Hardaway has 2 wins, 1 win over Greenville and a win against the Kendrick Cherokees. And so this is really the only game in Muskogee County. There is not a football game at Kinnett Stadium. We do have Brookstone and Pacelli. That's at Diamond Field. We'll try to get score updates for that. And we also have Harris County and Stars Mill. We got a fantastic triple header for you here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Columbus wins the toss. They defer, and they are ready to kick it off to the Hardaway Hawks. Got number 8, Cameron Alexander. And we are underway, and that's going to go all the way into the end zone, and he's going to have to run it out because he did touch it. No, he did not touch it. That was William Little. And so Hardaway will start at the 20-yard line, and this is where the Hardaway Hawks, the oh-so-dangerous dual-threat quarterback, Bobby Gary Jr., who is a very good passer, but he could also run. If he gets in trouble, he could scramble and get out of situations. And he is only a sophomore coming on to lead the Hardaway offense. Mikkel Benton will be his running back. He is the younger brother of Hardaway basketball player Makai Benton. And as we get ready to go, it's the Midtown Showdown on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. The handoff is to Benton. Benton breaks out of a tackle, and he gets tripped up by number 24, Landon Figgins. So these two historic rivals playing as region opponents for the first time since 2021, but they now have a name for this rivalry. It's called the Midtown Showdown. They are playing for a trophy, as that's a gain of 8 by Benton. It's a 2nd down and 2. High snap, handoff to Benton. Benton tries to split the defenders. I thought he almost lost the football. He is past the marker and give the Hardaway Hawks the first down. We got a nice crowd here. It's fall weather. Still plenty of time to come and get tickets to the Midtown Showdown. We have other schools here besides Columbus and Hardaway. I mean, this is a very big deal, and they're showing their support. We have the cast of Office Hours down at the tailgating area. I mean, this has really been a big event, and we hope to have a big event every year. And we are just excited that we get to live stream here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. Little bubble screen pass. That's to Benton. Oh, what a tackle. Benton gets tripped up by number 7, Joel Fougere. The junior outside linebacker gets a big tackle. And that's what Columbus needs to do, is to get a big defensive stop to give them the football. This Hardaway team is explosive. And Columbus has got to find the breaks. That was a big tackle, a loss of 1 on the play. It's a 2nd and 11. Ball at the 31-yard line. Gary now has 2 backs. Handoff is to Benton. Oh, a big hole. And Benton, still on his feet, gets about 6 yards. So Mikael Benton, the senior running back, has been seeing the majority of the carries this season for Coach Ryan McKenzie. Both teams had a bye last week. Hardaway's last game, they try to regroup after losing to Carver 42-0. It was right here at Otis Spencer Stadium. All right, we got a 3rd and 5. This is a big 3rd down here for Hardaway. Hand off to Benton. Benton trying to get past the marker. He's close. He is right at the sticks. You got to think this is 4-down territory for Hardaway. But I think that he is past the marker, and it will be another 1st down. So the Hardaway offense has seen 6 straight runs by Benton. And as their 2nd 1st down on this drive, got nice fall weather. You couldn't ask for better weather here in the month of October. I formation. Gary, hand off to Benton. Benton, he is going nowhere, and he is stuffed by that D-line of Columbus, led by big Tim Rogers, the senior. No gain on the play. Well, he might have gained a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. That's the one thing about Benton. He is a powerful back. He can make you miss, but when you think you got him, he'll churn his legs and get that extra yardage. It looked like it was a loss on the play, but it was a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9. 4 wide receiver set. Gary back to pass. Evades the pocket. And he is going to go out of bounds at the 40. A good job by the Columbus defense. Nobody was open. And Bobby Gary goes out of bounds, and now it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 11. And this is going to be a huge 3rd down for Hardaway. It's a 3rd and 9. Can Columbus get a stop? Empty backfield for Hardaway. Bobby Gary's going to have to throw here. 3rd and 9. Back to pass. He's going to take off. Oh, he's going to throw, and that is incomplete. That was intended for Adrian Taylor. And a huge 4th down stop by the Columbus Blue Devils, and Hardaway's going to punt the football. That's the one thing about Bobby Gary is he could take off, but he had to make sure that he was behind the line. Nobody was open. And when you're in the backfield, he's able to make defenders miss. So Columbus will get the football. It's a high snap. Oh, almost blocked. As Hardaway's just going to let that one bounce. Andrew Smith, the 4th, was the player that was back there to try to return the punt. But Hardaway flips the field for Columbus. Columbus is going to start at the 18-yard line, and that's where we're going to see their quarterback, Christian Spivey, who took over for the quarterback Robert Hartford from last year's team. Coach Robert Peters, the longtime assistant of Coach Phil Marino. His running backs is Grant Geringer, the leading rusher, who is a sophomore. And then that's Andrew Smith on a direct snap, and he gets a couple of yards. Some players to watch out for Columbus. David Livingston. He is one of those running backs that can get open and make a big play. And I like their duo of running backs, David Livingston and Grant Geringer. That's a 2nd down and 8. By the way, the public address announcer, Robert Edmonds, member of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We got a pre-snap whistle. Excited to see him on the call for Chattahoochee Valley Pirates and Lady Pirates. And that's going to be encroachment on Hardaway. That's going to give Columbus 5 free yards. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. So if you're in a 2nd and 3 situation, it really opens up the playbook, because even if you pass on this down, you'll have a 3rd and 3. So let's see what Coach Peters does on this play. They're hurrying to the line. Play clock is winding down. Oh, they bobbled the snap. They do get it back, and Hardaway almost came up with the football. That was Andrew Smith that ended up bobbling the snap. You also have Will Seals. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5. They lost 2 yards on that play. Got Livingston coming back into the game. There's a snap, hand off to Gehringer. Gehringer with a block, and he does get about 4 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and short. And it's definitely too early in the game to try to go for it, but it is 4th and manageable, but Columbus is going to send out the punting unit. So both offenses stall, and they have to punt the football away. That just gives credit to the defense playing tough. And I think that it's going to be a low-scoring game. Back to receive this punt is the oh-so-dangerous Dante Hill. We saw him catch a touchdown pass from Bobby Gary earlier in the season. And really, there are 2 games where Hardaway could have easily won. That game against Washington in week 2, and then that game against Shaw. Shaw, they were down 21-18 with the football, and then Shaw ended up pulling away when Aaron Grant had the touchdown run. Also, they played Jackson close. They lost 24-14. Yeah, that penalty is going to back Columbus up 5 yards. So instead of 4th and 1, it's going to be 4th and 6. And the punt's away. And that's going to be catch interference. I'm shocked. That's going to be a flag. That is catch interference. I think that they're going to tack on some more yardage from the spot that it bounced, because Hill looked like he was getting ready to field the punt, and the Columbus defender runs into him. So let's see what the call is going to be from the White Hat. Hardaway is going to get the football once again. Their 2nd possession, as it is scoreless. Here, the Midtown Showdown. This is the inaugural Midtown Showdown, as they will be playing for a trophy, bragging rights for 365 days. Yeah, that 10-yard penalty is on the Columbus special teams, which is going to give Hardaway great field position. Columbus did a good job stopping them on their first possession. Ball is at the 49-yard line. Gary's got 4 wide receivers. Back to pass, throws. That is low and incomplete, intended for Dante Hill. There were about 2 defenders for Columbus in the area. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Coach Ryan McKenzie, his 2nd year as the Hardaway Hawks head football coach. Hardaway has not made the playoffs since 2021. They went 6-5. That was Michael Williams' senior year as they were in the region with Columbus. That was the last time these two teams met. Columbus led by their coach, Robert Peters, his first year, the longtime assistant of Coach Phil Marino. Gary, hand off to Benton. Benton's got a block. Benton's got a hole. He's spinning. He's past the marker, and Benton's got Hardaway a first down. When in doubt, just run the football to Mikal Benton. And here come the Hardaway Hawks on the 39-yard line. Trips to the far side. Gary in the shotgun. Play fake. Gary, he's going to air it out to Dante Hill. Oh, and he almost had it. That was in the breadbasket of Dante Hill, incomplete. What a beautiful throw by Bobby Gary Jr. He beat his man, but he could not come up with a football. It'll bring up second down and 10. .4:57 left to go here in the first quarter. Gary, hand off to Benton. Benton, oh, he gets taken down for a loss by Tim Rogers. Big loss on the play, and now Hardaway is faced with a 3rd and 11. Columbus has got some defenders. They've had a couple of tackles for loss. Let's see the Columbus defense step up on this 3rd and 11. This ball is on the 40. Three wide receivers. Gary rolls to his left. Gary trying to look for somebody. Nobody's open. He's going to take off. He's still on his feet. Gary's at the 30. He's past the marker. The 20, the 10, 5. He's past the pylon. Did he get in? Touchdown! Hardaway Hawks. Bobby Gary Jr. on a 3rd and 11. Takes it to the house. And Hardaway's up 6-0. Playmakers make plays. And that is what Bobby Gary Jr. is. Nobody's open. He evades the pressure, gets out of a tackle, and finds nothing but green turf all the way to the end zone. On to attempt the extra point for the Hardaway Hawks. The snap, the kick, and the kick is good. So with 3:59 left in the first quarter, Hardaway strikes first as they lead 7-0 in the Midtown Showdown. As you are watching here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we would like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, for exceptional car or truck buying experience. Head to Glenn Smith Chevy GMC in Opelika and discover why at Glenn Smith they say get ready to smile. Terry Johnson Agency has been serving the community for over 30 years, and it's helping people to save money on all their insurance needs. They have been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live since the very beginning. Zaxby's. Need to feed a crowd? Zaxby platters are the way to go. Loaded with wings, tenders, fries, and more. They are perfect for any game day party. Pepsi. Grab a nice Pepsi today, and we appreciate the people at Buffalo Rock and all their Pepsi products, Pepsi, Gatorade, Starry. Just love it with a beverage with just about any meal. Alex Quinney Allstate, Don't forget, we will announce an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. We also got State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Gordy Eye Care, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, and Masterwall Incorporated. Kickoff. Bobbled. Where is it? Is Hardaway come up with it? I believe Hardaway came up with the football. That was a bobble on the kickoff. And just like that, Hardaway is in great field position, already up 7-0. We said in the beginning that Columbus could not make mistakes. That was a huge mistake on the miscue on the kickoff. And out comes Bobby Gary and the offense at the 12-yard line, trying to tack on to this lead, already up 7-0. Man in motion. There's a little jet sweep to William Little. Little, he gets the sideline. He's at the 5. Makes a man miss. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hardaway. Little jet sweep action to William Little. And one play and a 12-yard touchdown run by William Little. And Hardaway's an extra point away from going up 14-0. Well, they took advantage of the turnover by Columbus. Yeah, they called a penalty that's going to be enforced on the kickoff. High snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3:47 left to go here in the first quarter, Hardaway leads Columbus 14-0 here in the Midtown Showdown. As you're watching high school Friday night football here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to Otis Spencer Stadium, the Midtown Showdown. Richard Holdridge here for Columbus and Hardaway. First time these two teams have faced off against each other since 2021. And Hardaway has the early 14-0 lead on a jet sweep play by William Little and a touchdown run by Bobby Gary Jr. Both teams 1-2 in the region. By the way, Hardaway takes on Jordan next week. That will be a Thursday night game. And there's a kickoff. And that is taken by Andrew Smith IV. Gets a couple of yards on there, but this is where Columbus's offense, who stalled on that first possession, they weren't able to get a whole lot of yards. They got 9. They got it to 4th and 1. But they have got to find a way to generate a first down. They just got to get a sustainable drive. As Christian Spivey, the quarterback, but before that we have an ineligible man. Looks like that's what the white hat is calling. Let's see what the penalty is. Columbus is at Kinnett Stadium next week, taking on the Kendrick Cherokees. As we're getting ready to wrap up the regular season, these region games are going to be bigger for all these opponents because they want to try to get into the playoffs. There's a run by David Livingston, and he gets taken down in the backfield for a loss on the play. That Hardaway defensive line, they are solid. And I think that, personally, when you have a guy like Mykel Williams that's playing at a high level at Georgia, he played at Hardaway, he has his football camp in the summer, that has got to motivate a D-line player at Hardaway, knowing that Mykel Williams played here. I want to play like him. I think that is huge. Spivey rolling to his right, feeling the pressure. He's going to launch one. That was intended for Grant Garinger. It's going to be incomplete. Spivey was feeling the pressure from number 22, Jordan Malone. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 15. Ball is at the 34-yard line. Trips to the far side. Yeah, we get a whistle. Find out what the call is in just a second. That's going to be a delay of game on Columbus. So the 3rd and 15 is going to turn into a 3rd and 20. And there's not a whole lot in the playbook for a 3rd and 20. I think you just got to run the football, get some more yardage, and just punt the football away and try to pin Hardaway back. You're already down 14-0. I think you just got to play the field position game. Spivey back to pass. And that pass and slipping on the turf and falling, that pass was intended for David Livingston. And it brings up 4th and 20, and Columbus is going to punt the football away. Last night on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Northside defeated Griffin 33-14 to go to 5-2. You know, they got to play Stars Mill next week. Harris County is taking on Stars Mill at 7:30. Rick Beach from Kutsu Sports will be on the call. Low snap. Oh, that almost got blocked again. As that punt sails. What a beautiful punt. That's going to fall right at the 4-yard line. That's the most incredible punt I've seen all year. What an excellent punt. Wow. Columbus has pinned Hardaway deep. They're at the 4-yard line. The battle for the Brucelli jug. Brookstone and Bocelli is underway. Dave Plata on the call. Got another fantastic triple header for you here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Bobby Gary is back in his own end zone. Hand off to Benton. Benton's got a hole, breaks a tackle, and slips for about 3 yards on the play, just trying to get some breathing room. So Bobby Gary and the offense is not in the shadow of their own end zone. That's a gain of 4 for Benton, and it's a 2nd and 6. As this is Georgia Alabama Sports Live, go and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, as this is the Midtown Showdown. It is the inaugural, but definitely a rivalry renewed. Hand off to Benton. He breaks a tackle, and he's still on his feet. A power run past the marker, and it gives Hardaway another first down. Mikkel Benton, 5'8", 151 pounds, senior. He's been the featured back for Coach McKenzie and the Hardaway Hawks. And the ball is at the 20-yard line. As Hardaway trying to close out this first quarter with some success already, capitalized on a turnover by Columbus, and they lead 14-0. Gary, little jet sweep. And that is to number 81. And we don't have his name on the roster, but that was a good play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 6, gain of 4. Gary in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Oh, he's going to take it himself. He's going to roll to his left. He gets tripped up, and he gets taken down for a couple of yards on the play. Some extracurricular activities. And what else would you expect in a rivalry game, especially when they're playing for a trophy? They're playing for pride on the line. These two schools, they have a long tradition. As during high school game day, we had the former principal of Hardaway, Matt Bell, just talking about how intense this rivalry was in the 80s. And it's great that we're bringing it back, and they're playing for something. And I love the name, too, the Midtown Showdown. The handoff to Benton. Benton, spin move. He gets past the marker for another Hardaway Hawk first down. And if you missed high school game day earlier today, just a fantastic job. Muskogee County Athletic Director Jeff Battles with the tailgate. They had his Hardaway homecoming, ran into the Hardaway girls basketball coach, Coach Kelly Ellison. We're really excited about the upcoming season there. Athletic Director Coach Kendall Mills. We're hoping to get him up in the booth, and Columbus Assistant Athletic Director Coach Danielle McCoy. And the cast of Office Hours is here in attendance. Excited about that. All right, we played one. Hardaway leads Columbus 14-0 here in the Midtown Showdown, as this game is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. You want to be put in a truck of your dreams. Glenn Smith has over 300 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot. Many are still covered by factory warranty. You're sure to find the perfect ride. Visit your journey today at glennsmith.com. Gordy Eye Care. You know, Griff Gordy, he played for the Central Red Devils, won a state championship in 1993. You know, he is not just a proud supporter of athletics in this area, but he is committed to giving you exceptional eye care and education for individuals for all ages. You know, their commitment is to deliver services that not only meet but exceed their patients' expectations. Masterwall Incorporated, Grant Smithwick, who's really been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live from the very beginning, is the go-to leader for cutting-edge exterior and interior coatings for both commercial and residential spaces. There's a nice pass. Markel Birch, he's at the 40, the 30. Gets taken down for a Hardaway first down. They are in Columbus territory once again at the 24-yard line. There's a little slant pattern from Bobby Gary to Markel Birch. Now, once again, the Hardaway Hawks starting the second quarter on the move, trying to score. Already up 14-0. Gary with 3 wide receivers, handoff to Benton. Benton with a hole, with a cut, and taken down at the 20-yard line. That was a big hit by Max Uneta, the big heavy hitter for the Columbus Blue Devils. And, of course, what I like to do is notable alumni from both schools. I mean, we know about the athletes that came from Columbus. Frank Thomas. We've had Sam Mitchell, Hussein Bassi, who plays for the Los Angeles Chargers. How about brand new 2025 inductee into the Hall of Fame for the Chattahoochee Valley Sports Hall of Fame, Gary Ingram. Hand off to Benton. Benton, he's got about 4 yards. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2. And for Hardaway, the defensive end, Michael Williams, plays for Georgia, who's projected to be a top pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. He has his football camp. So does Hussein Bassi. They both have football camps in the summertime. I love it with these former players. They go on to play at the next level, and they give back to the community, like Isaiah Crowell at Carver. 3 wide receivers. Gary in the shotgun on this 3rd down and 3. This is definitely 4-down territory for Hardaway. But before that, we're going to get a timeout. We'll take one, too. It's the Midtown Showdown. Hardaway with a 14-0 lead over Columbus, but they are marching on the doorstep once again as you're watching Friday night high school football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium. 3rd down and 3 for the Hardaway Hawks. Gary, pump fake into the end zone. Almost caught, but a flag on the play. That might be pass interference by Columbus. That was intended for Dante Hill. A little fade route, but the defender might have got a little too much contact. That was Michael Fox on the coverage. And let's see what the penalty is going to be. If it is pass interference on Columbus, it will give Hardaway a 1st down. And let's see what the white hat calls. It is pass interference on Columbus. It was a good fade route, but Michael Fox tried to save a sure touchdown. Sometimes that's the only choice you have. So it will be 1st and goal for Hardaway. Already up 14-0. And that's a handoff to the running back, Markel Birch, and he goes into the end zone for another Hardaway touchdown. So 3 touchdowns to 3 different players for the Hardaway Hawks, and they are up 20-0, getting ready to kick the extra point. And what a long, sustainable drive as the Hardaway Hawks go 96 yards for the score. What an incredible drive by the Hardaway Hawks. The snap, the kick, it's up. And the kick is good. So with 10:01 left to go here in the 2nd quarter, Hardaway leads Columbus in the Midtown Showdown 21-0. As we'll be back as you're watching high school football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without business like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice refreshing sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium. Richard Holdridge here on the broadcast for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Columbus is going to get the football once again. And taking it and gets taken down is Landon Feggins. And the Hardaway special teams takes him down right about the 12-yard line, and that is where the Columbus offense has stalled. They had a good drive on that first possession. They did get 9 yards. They ended up in a 4th and 1, but they made the tough decision by punting the football away. I think they could have got it on 4th and 1, but they were on their own 20. I think that Columbus has got to open up the playbook. Get Grant Garinger and David Livingston involved in the backfield. Those are your two playmakers. As the handoff is to Garinger, trying to cut to the left side, still on his feet, gets a couple of yards on the play. Grant Garinger, the leading rusher, leading receiver and third in rushing. The leading rusher is actually Andrew Smith. And there's a run. Livingston, he's past the marker, and he's got himself a Columbus first down. They kind of went counter the other way, and David Livingston picks up the first down for Columbus. Well, this is a good sign if you're the Columbus offense. You got to get some plays to move the chains and to keep that Columbus defense well rested, who did get a big stop against Hardaway on the first possession. But they cannot get worn down. They got to stay on the sidelines if Columbus wants to stay in this game. Little reverse, and Hardaway D-line is not fooled at all. You saw a little bit of trickery on that play, and Hardaway's defense just stuffed that out. Yeah, big solid line there. Robert Allen. Also Devarius Jesse. And Jordan Malone. Second down and 16. And we're going to get, looks like a penalty on Columbus, which is going to back them up 5 more yards. Delay a game on Columbus. So a 2nd and 16 turns into a 2nd and 21 for the Blue Devils. Coming into this game 1-5, 1-2 in the region. Hardaway 2-4, 1-2 in the region. Winner of this game can start looking at their season and possibly get a playoff. Oh, there's a big pass and pressure. And that is, I thought it was intercepted by number 50, Devarius Jesse, but Hardaway came with an all-out blitz. And that brings up a 3rd and 21 as that was incomplete. So again, Columbus behind the chains, facing a 3rd and long like they did last drive. Spivey, Livingston, low snap, rolls to his left. Spivey gets taken down for the sack. Big sack by number 22, Jordan Malone. And the offense for Columbus stalls. They're going to have to punt the football away. Hardaway's defense stepping up big. And now Mikkel Benton and Dante Hill will be back to receive this punt as they stand at about the 50-yard line. And we're going to get a whistle. So the last time that Zach Wampler for Columbus punted the football away, he pinned Hardaway all the way back to the 4-yard line. An excellent punt. And I think that was the penalty on Hardaway. It's going to give Columbus a little bit of room. There's the snap. There's a line drive punt that is going to take a bounce, and that's a favorable Hardaway bounce. It's going the other way. It's taken down at about the 42-yard line. That's where Hardaway's going to have the football. So the football could just bounce crazy. I thought it was going to be a Columbus bounce where it would just continue bouncing toward Columbus's end zone, but that was going the opposite way. Columbus had to fall on it just to try to make sure that Hardaway didn't get some extra yardage. We got 7 minutes left to go. Once again, Hardaway with the football, up 21-0, as this is the inaugural Midtown Showdown. And Bobby Gary with 3 wide receivers. Play fake, pass, batted in the air, and that is caught by Markel Birch. That's going to be a Hardaway first down. It was batted in the air. Birch was patient and was able to fall on it off the deflection, and that is a catch, and the ball is going to be placed at the 29-yard line, and that's where Hardaway has a fresh set of downs. With 6:48 left to go, it has been all Hardaway here in the first half. Gary in the shotgun. Back to pass. Steps up. Throws. That is, incomplete, intended for Adrian Taylor. That's the one thing about Bobby Gary. He can throw the football. He likes that one-on-one coverage. But Adrian Taylor could not come up with a football, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. And we got a whistle. We got a timeout, as this broadcast is brought to you by State Farm Carroll Purdue. State Farm Carroll Purdue has been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live from the very start, with over 15 years of dedicated service to the Phoenix City community. Carroll Purdue and her team are your go-to experts for all your insurance needs. Whether it is home, auto, business, life, or health, reach out to Carroll Purdue Agency for personalized and trusted support. Pepsi. Hey there, thirsty for something refreshing? It's time to crack open a nice Pepsi, the perfect drink to quench your thirst and fuel your day. Whether you're just kicking it with your friends or watching the big game or watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live, or if you just need a burst of bold flavor, Pepsi is your go-to choice. Chattahoochee Valley Community College. Basketball season's around the corner. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is your home for the CVCC Pirates and Lady Pirates. And we are excited that CVCC is a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. 6:26 left to go. Gary feeling the pressure. He's going to take off. He's going to roll to his left, and look at him go, and he is got it. Oh! That was incomplete. that was intended for William Little. I tell you, when Bobby Gary takes off, it's like art in the backfield. But and he's not afraid to throw the football, but Columbus has done a very good job putting a QB spy, making sure that Bobby Gary doesn't beat him with his legs. But it sets up a 3rd and 10. This is a big defensive stop coming up for the Columbus Blue Devils. They're just trying to stay in this game. They're down 21-0. Gary, hand off to Benton. Benton just busts through the hole, and Benton picks up the first down on a 3rd and 10. That is some power running down the middle by Mikel Benton. What a run. And when you're running it on 3rd down, that means it's 4-down territory. So you know you're not trying to pick up the first down. You're trying to get it to a 4th and short, but Benton was able to pick up the first down anyway. That's just a tremendous play call by Coach McKenzie. Hand off to Benton. Benton, he's got wide open space, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Mikel Benton went right down the middle. There were nobody there to tackle him, just a wide open hole, and Mikel Benton scores the touchdown. That is the 4th touchdown by Hardaway by 4 different players. That is spreading the wealth. And Hardaway now leads 27-0. The snap, the kick, and that is no good. It was blocked. So with 5:51 left until halftime, it's Hardaway 27, Columbus nothing, as you're watching the Midtown Showdown here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Welcome back here to Otis Spencer Stadium. 27-0 is your score. Columbus getting the football once again. And look out. There was a big tackle on special teams and taking him backwards. Jaquavius Ware with the kickoff return and not a whole lot of field position. In fact, a couple of yards lost on the play. And once again, the Columbus offense has a long way to go as the Hardaway special teams backs them up. And when you're down 27-0, you did a good job the last drive. You had a couple of first downs. You had David Livingston run the football, Grant Garinger. I think you need to continue doing what works well, getting the football to your playmakers, David Livingston and Grant Garinger. Spivey got a bunch back. He's going to roll. There's actually Andrew Smith. That was a direct snap to Andrew Smith, the other running back, who's actually the leading rusher for the Columbus Blue Devils. As this is the Midtown Showdown, live from Otis Spencer Stadium. We had tailgating earlier in the parking lot behind the stadium. Muskogee County Athletic Director Jeff Battles did a fantastic job on the grill with hamburgers and hot dogs. Here comes blitz, but there's a run. Still on his feet. And Max Uñeta, the big linebacker, gives Columbus a first down. Little trickery on that play. I thought that Andrew Smith had the football. Kind of fooled the Hardaway defense just a little bit. But now the ball is at the 29-yard line. Columbus trying to go hurry up. The handoff. That's to Gehringer. Gehringer tries to evade a couple of tackles. He gets a couple of yards on the play. Grant Gehringer, who's only a sophomore, we saw him a couple of weeks ago at Kinnett Stadium against Columbus make a big run for the Columbus Blue Devils. However, they did lose to Shaw that day, 35-7. It's been a tough year for the Columbus Blue Devils, only having one victory. They had a very close contested game against Greenville. They took on Miller County, Randolph Clay. Little jet sweep, little trickery again, but slipping down on the turf is David Livingston. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up another 3rd and long situation for the Columbus Blue Devils. Let's see what play call Coach Peters is going to dial up here. It's a 3rd and 11. Smith, handoff. Livingston. He gets some of it back. I'm wondering if they go for it on this 4th down. It's going to be about a 4th and 5. You got nothing to lose here. You're up 27-0. I think Coach Peters is going to keep the offense on the field. The ball's at the 35-yard line. It's a 4th and 4. This is definitely something manageable, especially when you give the football to Livingston and Gehringer. All right, Columbus is going for it on 4th down. Smith, shotgun. Got a man in motion. That's Gehringer. And we get a whistle. Michael Fox in the backfield as well. He had the touchdown run against Shaw a couple of weeks ago. You saw that game on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That's going to be a false start on Columbus. So a 4th and 4 turns into a 4th and 9, and now I think you got to punt the football away. But I think that, yeah, Coach Peters is going to send out the punting unit. A 4th and 4 is manageable to try to get, but when you get into a 4th and 9, that's asking a lot out of your offense to come up with something, especially with the ball at the 30-yard line. So back to return this punt is Mikael Benton and Dante Hill for the Hardaway Hawks. He boots this one away, and it takes a bounce, and Benton's going to take it. And he's at the 40, cuts up, and gets about 7 yards on a dangerous punt that he fielded. And he is now at the 45-yard line, and that's where Hardaway is going to take over on offense. With 1:57 left to go, do they get aggressive here? Already up 27-0. They've been moving the football pretty well here in the first half. The only drive was stalled was that first possession. Columbus's defense did a good job stopping them. But since then, Hardaway's offense has been explosive. 4 touchdowns by 4 different players. Bobby Gary Jr. with a touchdown, Markel Birch, William Little, and Mikael Benton. Gary is going to throw. There's a throw, and that is incomplete. It was intended for Markel Birch. I'm not sure that they're not going to throw the flag. There was some coverage on the play. Little tussling between the DB and the receiver. That brings up 2nd down and 10 with 1:49 left to go until halftime. Trips to the far side. Hand off to, Gary takes it himself. And Gary is going nowhere. He's taken down by Andrew Furtick, the free safety junior, coming up in that linebacker spot. As Coach Peters putting a spy on Bobby Gary. And that brings up a 3rd and long. Let's see if Columbus's defense can get another stop. Hardaway has had a tough time converting on these 3rd downs, but they actually did have a 3rd down where Benton ran it for 11 yards on a 3rd and 10. So, but there were times where Columbus's defense, especially in that first quarter, that first drive that Hardaway had. Remember, Columbus is going to get the football to start the second half. If they can stop Hardaway here and to maybe get a break on a special teams play, or really to try to get back in this game, they got to force a turnover. That's how you build momentum. But you could tell from a team that did not win a single game last year, the Hardaway Hawks, they have much improved this season, putting out impressive wins, 2-4 on the year. They face Jordan next Thursday night. That is going to be at Kinnett Stadium. And then they will wrap up the regular season taking on Sumter County, and then on Halloween taking on the Spencer Green Wave. Here we go, 3rd and 10. Minute 18 left to go. 4 wide receivers, trips to the near side. Gary in the shotgun. Now he has an empty backfield. Gary looking for somebody. Long pass, and that is incomplete. That was intended for number 15, Khalil Stanford. And like we mentioned, Bobby Gary is not afraid to throw the football, but what a stop by the Columbus defense. Stopping them on a 3rd and 10, and Hardaway is going to punt the football to Columbus with 1:09 left to go. In a situation like this is where you can get double points. You could try to score to end the half, and you get the football back to start the second half. And that is how you get back into this game. Gets it off, and he bobbles the football. What a huge mistake by the punt returner, and falling on the football is Joshua Stewart for Hardaway. That's the 2nd turnover by Columbus. Unbelievable. Hardaway's got great field position with 59 seconds left to go. Ball's on the 15-yard line. They capitalized on that bobbled kickoff by Columbus and turned that into points. Looks like the ref is actually spotting it at the 17-yard line. As you are watching the inaugural Midtown Showdown, I mean, this is a long-time rivalry. This is the first time these two schools have played since 2021. But we now have a name to this rivalry, and we also have a trophy, as that was displayed on high school game day. Gary, hand off. Oh, it's a reverse. It's going to be a reverse. There's some blockers in front. A flag is on the play, but into the end zone is William Little for a Hardaway touchdown. But let's see what the call is. It might be coming back. That might be a hold on Hardaway, and it is. So the touchdown is negated. And they're going to spot the ball at the 12-yard line for Hardaway with 51 seconds left to go. Columbus's defense has just got to keep him out of the end zone. Hardaway wants to tack on more points before the half. 4 wide receivers for Bobby Gary. Back to pass. He's got time in the pocket. Feeling the pressure, rolling to his right. He throws in the end zone. What a play by number 10, Andrew Smith, the 4th. That was a sure touchdown. Great defensive play as he swats that away for an incomplete pass.
Andrew Smith on the D. Great.
That was a great play. That was intended for Khalil Stanford. And that will bring up a 2nd and 9 with 40 seconds left to go. 4 wide receivers for Bobby Gary. Gary back to pass. Throws. Incomplete. Intended for Dante Hill. And now it brings up 3rd and 9 with 35 seconds. And one thing about Bobby Gary, he is a very special dual threat quarterback. He is only a sophomore. He gained that experience last year starting as a freshman. For a Hardaway team that didn't win a single game last year, but if you look at the schedule they played, they had to face teams like Harris County, Carver, Peach County, Noonan. Oh, Gary's feeling the pressure. Can't find anybody. Flag down. He gets taken down at about the 14. But it is a penalty. Let's see what the call is going to be. Might be a hold on Hardaway with 26 seconds left to go. I like how aggressive the Hardaway offense is playing. Bobby Gary is taking shots in the end zone. Yeah, it's going to be on Hardaway. This could be huge if Columbus is able to get a stop. Yeah, it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 18. 3rd and 19, rather. Ball is on the 27-yard line. Gary with 4 wide receivers. Back to pass, feeling the pressure. Oh, look at him moving. He's rolling to his right. He evades out of a sack. Gary still on his feet. He wants to throw the football. He launches one, and it is caught. Caught it right down at the 2-yard line. What a catch by number 81. Wow. And that was a great catch. And I don't even have him on the roster. Number 81, anybody out there watching would love to try to give him a shout out because it must be a new player that was added to the roster. 6 seconds left to go. It's a 1st and goal for Hardaway. That was Russell Wilson-like in Russell Wilson's prime. Bobby Gary just breaking out of a sack, rolling to his right. He could have easily took off. He decides to throw the football in the middle of the field where number 81 was wide open and is taken down to the 3-yard line. You can't teach that. That is just pure athleticism from the sophomore, Bobby Gary Jr. We got ourselves a timeout. We'll take one, too. 6 seconds left to go. Hardaway leads Columbus 27-0 in the Midtown Showdown here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Six seconds left to go until the half. Hardaway knocking on the door, up 27-0 over Columbus. Bobby Gary is going to take it himself. Gary into the end zone. Touchdown, Hardaway. Bobby Gary Jr. with his second rushing touchdown of the game with 2 seconds left to go. And did you expect anything else but a play call, a QB run by Bobby Gary Jr.? He's really put this game in his own hands, and now Hardaway leading 33-0. What an incredible performance by Bobby Gary Jr. here in the inaugural Midtown Showdown. The snap, the kick, and it is good. 2 seconds left to go until the half. Hardaway leads Columbus 34-0. As we would like to thank our presenting sponsors of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC up in Opelika. Check out glennsmith.com and explore the inventory and start making your deal today. Join thousands from Georgia and Alabama who discovered why at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC you always leave with a smile. Terry Johnson Agency has been a cornerstone of the community for over 30 years, offering personalized coverage to fit your life. From home to auto to life and church, we got you covered. At the Terry Johnson Agency, we don't just provide insurance. We offer peace of mind. Zaxby's. Time to treat yourself to a mouth-watering goodness of Zaxby's. Whether you're craving the chicken fingers or the tacos, love Zaxby's. Check out the 2 Phoenix City locations. Judson Humphreys and his team are here to serve you. And Pepsi. Definitely going to have to get a nice cold Pepsi during the half. Or maybe try a Gatorade water, too. That's actually pretty good. 2 seconds. Is Columbus going to try to run this? Oh, he got clothesline. Whoa. And that's going to be a flag. That's going to be an untimed down for Columbus. Markel Birch laying the boom on the kick returner, Ryan Miller. Yeah, if this is on Hardaway, it's going to be an untimed down. Nope. I think the refs decided to pick up the flag and go into the locker room. All right. Yeah, both teams are going into the locker room. It is halftime. It is homecoming for Hardaway. But this is the Midtown Showdown. And hold on a second. Let's not get too excited now. The teams are coming back from the locker room. And we will have an untimed down. They're going to tack 15 yards on the kickoff. And Columbus will have one shot for a heave-ho into the end zone. Score update in the second quarter. Stars Mill leads Harris County 7-0. Glenwood leading Dadeville 6-0. Untimed down at the 40-yard line for Columbus. Here comes the Columbus offense. Back to pass, feeling the pressure. Smith rolling to his left, throws. Oh, it was almost caught by Grant Geringer, but he got leveled down on the turf by the Hardaway defender. No flag, and that's how we end the half. It's been all Hardaway here in the Midtown Showdown. They lead 34-0 over the Columbus Blue Devils. As we'd like to thank our presenting sponsors, Alex Quinney Allstate. Don't forget, we will announce an Alex Quinney Allstate Good Hands Player of the Game State Farm, Carol Purdue, with over 15 years of dedicated service to the Phoenix City community. Carol Purdue and her team are your go-to experts for all your insurance needs. Gordy Eye Care. Their mission is to promote health and the well-being of the community by offering the highest quality of eye care and education to people of all ages. Masterwall Incorporated is your go-to leader in the cutting-edge exterior and interior coatings for both commercial and residential spaces. For all your wall needs, trust the experts at Masterwall. CVCC, as Georgia Alabama Sports Live will be the home for the CVCC Pirates and Lady Pirates basketball, baseball, softball, Pepsi, all the Pepsi products, and we want to thank Buffalo Rock for being a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, whether it's Pepsi, Starry, Gatorade. We love all the Pepsi products and Buffalo Rock. Zaxby's perfectly seasoned chicken fingers, crispy crinkle fries, and that signature Zax sauce. Sounds good right about now. Terry Johnson Agency, serving the community for over 30 years and helping people save money on all their insurance needs. Also, we want to thank the Morehouse School of Medicine, Shonda Edwards, and they have been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC up in Opelika. We're at halftime. Hardaway leading Columbus 34-0 here in the Midtown Showdown, as we'll be back after this.
Welcome to Hardaway High School 2024 Homecoming Celebration. After an amazing week full of events under the sea, from country club versus country, white sides, teacher-student swap, and deck game day, we are thrilled to have you here tonight as we celebrate our school and honor the incredible members of our 2024 Homecoming Chorus. This is a special tradition where we recognize the outstanding individuals who represent our school with pride and enthusiasm. Each member of the court was selected by their peers to represent their class. Tonight, we will introduce each member of the court and crown our 2024 Homecoming Queen. Representing our freshman class, we have Miss Layla Roberts. Layla is being escorted by her mother, Andrea Roberts, and her uncle, Mr. Brian Plazy. Next, we have Mr. Jalen Spearman. Jalen is being escorted tonight by his mother, Miss Charlotte Baker. Representing our sophomore class, we have Miss Kiora Bryant. Mr. Adam Morgan. Adam is being escorted by his mother, Miss Charlene Morgan, and his sister, Miss Ashley Sparks. Miss Zaya Lafayette. Zaya is being escorted by her mother, Miss Sierra Smith, and her brother, Mr. Xander Lafayette. Mr. Damari Taylor. Damari is being escorted by his father, Mr. Delonte Taylor, and his mother, Amanda Murdoch.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium. We're at the half. It's Hardaway leading Columbus 34-0 to the Midtown Showdown. And joining me up here in the booth halftime is the athletic director of the Hardaway Hawks, Coach Kendall Mills.
Glad to be here.
Athletic director of Columbus, Coach Danielle McCoy. We got one half of office hours, real life of an athletics director. Actually, the whole team is here. And we had a picture taken down at the tailgating.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did.
Coaches, great having you up here. I'm going to say, I know, Coach, I know you're satisfied with the outcome for Hardaway so far.
Yes.
But how's just overall, it's Hardaway's homecoming, but just the event itself, what's it been like so far?
The atmosphere has been amazing. The alumni, I think, was very, very proud of just having the tailgate pregame. We had people still tailgating when the kickoff was going on. Coach McCoy and I was trying to clean up some stuff, and there must have been at least 15 to 20 people still in the parking lot tailgating, so that was awesome.
Coach McCoy, I know that the team that actually they stopped Hardaway on that first possession. I know that Your fans are just optimistic. I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen some good signs. I love the running backs of David Livingston and Graham
Yeah.
Gehringer. I mean, it's really installing a new offense, but just the fact that Columbus is here, it's a big rivalry against Hardaway. I mean, what has really been your impressions of this event so far?
I love it. Coach Mills and I have been talking. I love it. We've been talking about what we're going to do better for next year, just to make it bigger and better every year. We want to improve. The boys are competing. They're showing some heart, and that's all you can ask for. Just, keep it on, and try your hardest.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, if it wasn't for those 2 turnovers, this would probably be 21-0. Columbus's defense did a good job stopping Hardaway a couple of times.
Yeah.
But you look at this upcoming season. You got the Midtown Showdown. And what a great crowd! It's been
The
a great
turnout's been
event.
great.
But talk about your podcast, Office Hours.
Right.
We got the whole crew here. We got Coach Hundley and Coach Kegley here. And we're in the house that Coach Keggs built. So
that's the namesake that he's taking. I don't know how Muskogee County feels about that, but
But talk about your podcast, how it got started, and what were some of the ideas that went into what you were trying to promote on your podcast.
Right.
Was it last summer?
Last summer, we were at a coaching clinic, all of us together.
In Athens.
Yep, and I think for years I thought about doing some things in media, and me and Coach McCoy talk all the time about social media and doing different things. Because I act as a mentor to her sometimes. She'll call me every now and then to ask questions.
That's not true. I call her multiple times every day.
But we were sharing our ideas just on a bus, talking about it. And I said, hey, guys, are you all interested in this? And I mean, it was, guns blazing. Everyone was like, let's do it. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah. And once we got back home, it was really just trying to put the meat and potatoes together. But once we started, nothing but positive responses. I'm so excited because I get people every week telling me that they now with you all, we're partnered with Georgia Alabama Sports Live, that I watched the whole podcast. I'm like, what? Yeah. And they're telling me this over and over. I'm like, okay, we're getting some views. And of course, Chris Gates is the cameraman. He tells me, Coach, we're getting views. We're getting views. So. And
it's weird. Of course, I'm not from here, but I'll be out somewhere and somebody be like, hey, the podcast is great. And I'm just looking at them like, all right, thanks. No idea who it is. And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah.
And one thing I love about your podcast is you do have a good team. You built chemistry between the four of you. You have guests on. You had Coach Peters on earlier.
Yeah.
You've had Art Thomason. You've had some great guests.
Yeah.
But before we let you go, just tell everybody how they can listen to your podcast. What are some of the other platforms you can find it on? And what's upcoming for some future episodes?
We are out there. As I said before, we've partnered with Georgia Alabama Sports Live. So that's great for live broadcasts. We're on Georgia Alabama Sports Live Facebook, YouTube channel. We also have a YouTube channel, officehours.ad. We're on Spotify, Instagram. I think we have a Facebook. I have to double check into that.
With the producer.
With so many things going on, I forget to post it everywhere. But like I said, I'll post things all the time on Instagram. But you can definitely catch our episodes bi-weekly on Wednesday nights on Georgia Alabama Sports Live YouTube and Facebook page.
Well, coaches, thank you so much for being up here, and enjoy the rest of the game. And really, a great success, the Midtown Showdown, and I can't wait till next year.
We're going to make it bigger and better. We'll be back.
I actually threw the idea to Coach McCoy about possibly having honorary captains.
Yes. We need to talk about that too.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. Absolutely.
I have some ideas.
Okay. Yeah. We'll discuss those things with the rest of the team. they get a little silly when it's when decisions are made.
All right, that was Coach Kendall Mills of Hardaway and Coach Danielle McCoy of Columbus. As we'll be back. Start of the second half is coming up. It's the Midtown Showdown here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back here at Otis Spencer Stadium. Columbus with the football, 3rd and 5, taking this opening possession. Hardaway showing blitz, and that must have been a hard count by Spivey because it got the Hardaway defense. Damari Taylor was a little too close on the line, and that's going to give Columbus 5 yards. Does that make it 4th and inches? No, it gives it a first down. Just depends on where the ball is spotted. Hey, we have a score update. Brookstone is leading Pacelli 14-0. They have not beaten Pacelli in the regular season since 2020. That's a huge game. Dave Plata, Noah Shelton on the call. Stars Mill leading Harris County 7-0. Spivey back to throw. He's got a man. Oh, it's David Livingston. He slips on the turf. He was wide open. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Columbus has got to try to get an explosive play. They want to try to get back into this game. Down 34-0. As we want to thank the Hardaway Athletic Director, Coach Kendall Mills, and the Columbus Assistant Athletic Director, Coach Danielle McCoy, for their halftime interview, as they were also featured on High School Game Day. Oh, what a play by the Hardaway defense. That was a big tackle by number 46. Number 45, Gavin Mosley. And that will bring up a 3rd and 11. It was a loss of 1 on the play. Columbus quick to the line. Smith, he's going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper, still on his feet, pushing the pile. He gets close to the marker. This looks like it's going to be, well, a flag came in. It might have been a late hit. That could be free yardage for Columbus, but this is definitely 4-down territory. As Andrew Smith took it himself. Let's see what the call is. As they try to sort it out. Second quarter, Glenwood and Dadeville tied at 14. Auburn leading Smith Station 28-6. And it's going to be on Columbus. That's going to be 4th down. Might have been holding. Unsportsmanlike on Columbus. Thank you. And Columbus is going to go for it. It's a gutsy call here. And they decided they're going to go ahead and punt the football away. Or they're going to call a timeout. We'll take one too. It's the Midtown Showdown. Hardaway leading Columbus 34-0 here in the second half on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium. Columbus is going to punt the football back to Hardaway. It's Hardaway with 5 touchdowns, including 2 touchdown runs by Bobby Gary Jr. Mikael Benton, Markel Birch, and William Little all with touchdowns. Oh, look at that. That's a block. Hardaway, scoop and score in the end zone. Touchdown. Jacoby Henry comes in and busts through the line. And Columbus couldn't even get the punt off. Hardaway is in the end zone for the touchdown. And another special teams miscue by the Columbus Blue Devils that leads to points. Hardaway has had 20 points off turnovers for special teams. And they now lead 40-0. The snap, the hold, the kick. And the kick is no good. 7:46 left to go here in the third. Hardaway leading Columbus 40-0 as you're watching the Midtown Showdown here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Back here at Otis Spencer Stadium, Columbus back on offense with the kickoff. As this is Georgia Alabama Sports Live, part of a triple header, as Rick Beach from Kutsu Sports is up in Harris County. They currently trail 7-0 to Stars Mill. Up at Dimel Field in the only other football game in the city of Columbus, we got the battle for the Brucelli Jug. Brookstone and Pacelli with Dave Plata and Noah Shelton on the call for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Brookstone leading Pacelli 14-0. And here, it's been all Hardaway in the first ever Midtown Showdown. Spivey back to pass. That's incomplete. It was intended for Inyekme Marcus. So Columbus has got the two quarterback system with Christian Spivey and Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith is the leading rusher for the Columbus Blue Devils, who come into this contest 1-5 on the season. They've had a tough non-region schedule, losses to Miller County and Randolph-Clay. They almost beat Greenville. Their only win this year was a 17-13 win over Jordan. Low snap, Spivey falls on the football, and he is fortunate to recover it. And as for the Hardaway Hawks, they will have a short week. They will be back up at Kinnett Stadium this Thursday against the Jordan Red Jackets. Columbus is going to face the Kendrick Cherokees. Spivey back to throw. That is going to be caught by Marcus. But it's definitely short of the marker. He'll bring it up fourth down, and here comes the punting unit. The special teams miscues have been the story of this game for the Columbus Blue Devils. Otherwise, this might just be 20-0. Columbus's defense has done a good job stopping Hardaway a couple of times. He gets the punt off. It's going to bounce, and it's going to go right to Dante Hill, who's his foot was out of bounds. Dante Hill thought he was going to break for one, and he just had his foot out of bounds, and that's where the Hardaway Hawks will start with good field position with 4:47 left to go here in the third. It has been all Hardaway Hawks here in the Midtown Showdown. Oh, we're going to get a block in the back by Hardaway. So that's going to move them back 15 yards. That ball is going to be placed at the 42-yard line. Gary, little bubble screen, and that's going to be to William Little. He's close to the marker. A good gain on first down. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2. So these two teams are facing off against each other for the first time since 2021, as they were both in the region together, and then they had the reclassification. Hardaway stayed put in 4A. Columbus went down to 3A, and now they had reclassification again, and they are once again in the same region in 2A, as Benton close to the marker on a 2nd and 3. And that is going to bring up a first down as Benton is across the sticks. Touchdown runs by William Little, Mikkel Benton, Markel Birch, and 2 touchdowns by Bobby Gary Jr. All the touchdowns have been on the ground for the Hardaway Hawks, who come into this contest with a 2-4 record. But if you look at their record and the way the season played out, they had close losses to Shaw, a close loss to Washington, a 10-point loss to Jackson to start the season. This team could easily be 4-2. Gary, play fake, rolling to his right. Gary, he wants to throw it, and he just throws it away. I tell you, when Gary tries to evade out of a sack, it is just fancy footwork. It is a thing of art. He will just have the balancing act in the pocket and just move around back there, make guys miss, but he still wants to throw the football. He's a thrower first, but he can take off if necessary. He's already got a big touchdown run in this game. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Brings up 2nd and 10. Ball to 50. Oh, they're going to call intentional grounding on Bobby Gary. It's going to be a loss of down, which he must have still been in the pocket, because they normally don't call that. So instead, it'll be a first of – so it's not a loss of down. No, it is a loss of down. It is 2nd and 15. Just waiting for the scoreboard to update. As this has been just a great event, the Midtown Showdown, Otis Spencer Stadium. They did it big. We had the tailgating earlier today. High school game day was here. I know the outcome for Columbus, they wanted to try to make this more competitive, but I think that Hardaway is just playing on another level right now. I think that if you look at Hardaway's schedule, they know they can control their own destiny for a possible shot at the playoffs. They got Jordan next week. Then they travel to Americus to take on Sumter County. And then they take on the Spencer Green Wave on Halloween. Anything can happen. They run the table. Hardaway's going to be in the playoffs. Shaw is on a bye this week. Carver, Spencer, all on byes. We got some big showdowns next week. The handoff to Benton. He's got an open hole. He's at the 45, makes a cut, and he's tripped down at the 35-yard line. A first down for Hardaway. And it's that dude again, Mikael Benton, who has been the featured back. And he's able to scat through for another Hardaway first down. Ball at the 35-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Gary in the shotgun. Play fake, pump fake, fires, long pass. Oh, incomplete. Intended for Markel Birch, but don't see a flag anywhere. They don't throw the flag. That was actually good coverage by Columbus's number 7, Joel Forger. Pretty good coverage there. And it brings up 2nd and 10. Well, Bobby Gary has taken some chances, throwing it for the end zone a couple of times tonight. It was just good coverage by Columbus. 2nd and 10. Little jet sweep over to William Little. Little cuts to the outside, and he gets taken down at the 30-yard line for a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Tim Rogers with the tackle for Columbus. You can see the Hardaway fans out there celebrating homecoming. Had the homecoming court at half. Great to see the Columbus fans on the other side of the bleachers make the trip down here. This has just been an incredible event by both schools. This long-time rivalry, as that's the clock. And we have played 3 quarters here in the Midtown Showdown. The Hardaway Hawks lead the Columbus Blue Devils 40-0. As we'd like to thank our sponsors for being proud supporters of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Terry Johnson Agency, Zaxby's, Pepsi, and the people at Buffalo Rock. Alex Quinney, All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. The All-State Agency of Alex Quinney. State Farm, Carol Purdue. Gordy Eye Care. CVCC. And Master Wall Incorporated. We'll be back with the 4th quarter here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's the Midtown Showdown. Start of the fourth quarter, Hardaway with the football, leading 40-0 over Columbus in the inaugural Midtown Showdown, because that's what they're calling it. They're playing for a trophy. Bobby Gary, pump fake, long pass. There's a throw, diving catch, flags everywhere. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. What a catch by Dante Hill. He just laid flat on the ground and caught the ball, but the Columbus defenders draped all over him. Those penalties are going to be declined. And Hardaway is going to have a 1st and goal. And the ref does wave off the flag. 1st and goal for Hardaway. Gary, 3 wide receivers. Hand off to Benton. Benton bulldozed his way right into the end zone for a Hardaway touchdown. Mikael Benton with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And Hardaway now leads 46-0. It's been a special night for Mikael Benton. He has been running hard and running all over this field for the Hardaway Hawks. As Hardaway is going to go to 3-4 on the season as they get ready for the Jordan Red Jackets next week. Columbus falls to 1-6. We still got a quarter to play, but this game is definitely over as Hardaway really put the nail in the coffin with that touchdown. Columbus's defense had some positives. They were able to stop Hardaway a couple of times in that first half, but it was the special teams turnovers that led to 20 Hardaway points. And when you're playing a very good Hardaway team, you cannot make mistakes. Snap the kick, and the kick is good. 11:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Back here at Otis Spencer Stadium, it's the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Richard Holdridge, Chris Gates here on the broadcast. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got playoff volleyball action as Pacelli is going to be in the first round, 2 o'clock at the Land. You can catch that on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Columbus at the 30. Oh, and what a tackle is Cameron Alexander on the stop. Takes down Ryan Miller. And we got a running clock as Hardaway comfortably out in front, 47-0. And they are going to win the first Midtown Showdown. And they will get to keep that trophy for 365 days until the next Midtown Showdown. But what a great job by both schools just putting on a great event. The athletic director for Hardaway, Coach Kendall Mills. The athletic director for Columbus, Coach Chad Mathis. Assistant athletic director for Columbus, Coach Danielle McCoy. We had the press conference earlier this week on the field at Otis Spencer Stadium. We got to see the trophy. Got to interview some players. Find out what this means to them. And, I mean, they've really hyped this game up. They've got the logo, the Midtown Showdown. We were just honored that we got to be on the broadcast here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Yeah, we got an unsportsmanlike on the defense. Columbus is going to get a fresh set of downs, and they've just got to get some momentum. Taking positive plays. But it's really tough when you've got a group of players just trying to compete on every level. As Smith, direct snap, but a big run by Smith, and Columbus gets the first down. Andrew Smith on the quarterback keeper decides to take it himself. And Columbus is in Hardaway territory. But if you're a Columbus alumni, the thing you just got to ask for is just them to continue to compete. And Coach Peters is going to input his system. He's building a program here at Columbus. They'll continue to get better. They got a young team. The handoff is to Gehringer. Gehringer pushing the pile. The starters for Columbus are still in there. It looks like Hardaway still's got some starters in there as well. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 2. Ball is at the 32-yard line. Columbus will play Kendrick next week. They'll be at Kinnett Stadium. Little direct snap. Smith trying to get the outside edge, gets taken down for a loss by Dante Hill. Dante Hill, that outside linebacker, denied Smith the edge, and it brings up 3rd and 2. Smith was just trying to pick up the first down. What a job by Dante Hill. All right, ball's at the 31-yard line. I think the play here, because it is 4-down territory, just give the ball to Grant Gehringer or David Livingston. And the little direct sweep to Gehringer. Gehringer gets close. He's close to the marker. He had blockers in front, but he is short of the line, and it is 4th and 1. Columbus is going to go for it with 7:43 left to go here in the ball game. As we thank our audience that has watched us, it is the Midtown Showdown. Columbus is going for it. Direct snap, Smith, he's got the first down and some more. And he gets taken down at the 21-yard line. And Columbus, this has been the best drive all game. They want to get out of here with some points. Seven minutes left to go. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Andrew Smith in at quarterback. Got the bunch set. Smith, a little sweep. And Grant Garinger gets tripped up. I think he got maybe a yard, but Hardaway's defense was not fooled on the double reverse. And it's 2nd and 9. The clock continues to run here at Otis Spencer Stadium. Second down and 9. Smith. Little jet sweep to Garinger. He's got blockers. Garinger's at the 10. He's at the 5. Garinger all the way down to the 1-yard line. Grant Garinger, the sophomore, able to get a big run for Columbus. And with time winding down here in the 4th, Columbus has just got to push this one in. I have been impressed with the running back, Grant Garinger, who had a big run in the game we did against Shaw. And he's only a sophomore. He's going to continue getting better. Little pitch. And in the end zone is Smith for the touchdown. And that fires up the Columbus crowd as they get on the board. And that's what you want to see. You want to see positives. You're able to avoid the shutout. I'm wondering if the offense is going to stay on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. And why not? Try to make some plays. You still got Kendrick next week. You know, Columbus can try to still finish out the season strong, as that 2-point conversion is no good. That was a run by Max Unyeta. And so with 5:18 left to go, Hardaway now leads Columbus 47-6. As we'll be back, it's the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice. A brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks, discounted up to $15,000 off, or 0% financing. Plus, no payments till next year. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
Back here, Otis Spencer Stadium, 5:18 left to go. Hardaway leading Columbus 47-6 in the inaugural Midtown Showdown. As we had a press conference earlier this week, we had high school game day here. We had the tailgating. What a job by both schools just putting on just a great event. It is homecoming for Hardaway. Other scores around the area. Stars Mill leading Harris County in the 4th. 14-0. Carver Montgomery leading Central 7-0. Glenwood leads Dadeville 28-14. Auburn leads Smith Station at the half 56-6. And Brookstone does lead Pacelli 14-0. There's a kickoff. That's taken at the 5-yard line by Little. And he gets tripped up at the 16-yard line with 5:10 left to go. Hardaway back on offense for the Hardaway Hawks. Correction. Brookstone leads Pacelli in the third, 14-7. So Chris and I called it. It was going to be a game that's going to go down to the wire, as Dave Plata and Noah Shelton on the call for the battle for the Brucelli jug. This kind of feels like rivalry week. We got the battle for the Brucelli jug. We got the Midtown Showdown. Both schools, both teams playing for trophies. Stars Mill, Harris County. All right, we got our backups in there for Hardaway. That is the backup running back. Let's say Ricardo Bennett, who is a sophomore. As the clock continues to run, we're down to 4 minutes. Ball's at the 15. Little jet sweep action. Oh, taken down for a big loss on the play. As Zach Wampler takes down the ball carrier. And it's a 3rd and 15. So the reserves coming in and starting to showcase their talent. We got a timeout on the field. We'll take one, too, as you're watching the Midtown Showdown here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Hardaway leading Columbus 47-6. We'll be right back.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and
Welcome back to Otis Spencer Stadium. It's a 3rd and 15 for the Hardaway offense. Ball's at the 10. And the handoff to the running back, number 25, Ricardo Bennett, and he gets taken down for a loss. And Columbus is going to get the football back with less than 3 minutes to go, trying to just build their offense and maybe put some more points on the board. It's good to see the reserves playing hard, finishing strong until the end. But Columbus knows that they got to wait an entire year to try to take on Hardaway once again for the Midtown Showdown. So that trophy is going to go to Hardaway. The inaugural trophy for the Midtown Showdown will belong to Hardaway, as we do have a timeout on the field with 2:49 left to go. We want to thank our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Zaxby's, Chattahoochee Valley Community College, Terry Johnson Agency, Master Wall Incorporated, State Farm, Carroll Purdue, and Alex Quinney Allstate Good Hands. And so our Alex Quinney Allstate Good Hands player of the game for the Hardaway Hawks is going to be number 5, Mikael Benton. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He rushed for well over 100 yards. I mean, he was just all over the field today. So congratulations to Mikael Benton for the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. Columbus with the football, 2:19 left to go. Ball is placed at the 42-yard line. Low snap. Grant Garinger now the quarterback. Garinger pushes the pile, and he gets to the 38-yard line. So direct snap to Garinger. I tell you, I like this Grant Garinger kid. He's only a sophomore. He runs hard. He had some big runs in this game. And the future does look bright for the Columbus Blue Devils when you got a player like Grant Garinger. Garinger is now in at quarterback. Low snap. He's going to take it himself. He's got blockers. He breaks a tackle. He gets close past the sticks, and he gets to the 26-yard line, powering his way for a first down. But with a minute to go, Columbus is going to have to hurry up. And we have a player slow getting up. They're going to stop the clock here with 1:04 left to go. And this would be a positive. If Columbus can get some points here to end the game, they can take this and prepare for Kendrick next week. This is what you want to see. You want to see improvement from your team. Looks like Smith is now in at quarterback. Garinger, little jet sweep. He's got blockers. Garinger, and he gets about 4 yards. Starting to work with Grant Garinger. Just running the football, but that clock just continues to run. And the ball is at the 24-yard line with 28 seconds left to go. Smith going to take it himself, and he is going nowhere. As Gavin Mosley with the stop, and that might have been the final play of the game. They're going to try to get another play off. 8 seconds. One more play. Spiking the football. But that's a running clock. Nope, there's 1 second left. The refs went ahead and just, nope. That is going to be, see, spiking the football with a running clock is not going to get the job done. So they could not get another play off. So Hardaway wins the inaugural Midtown Showdown over the Columbus Blue Devils. A final score of 47-6 as they go to 3-4 on the season. They will face the Jordan Red Jackets next Thursday at Kinnett Stadium. Columbus goes to 1-6. They will face the Kendrick Cherokees at Kinnett Stadium next Friday. And this broadcast could not be possible without the producer extraordinaire, Chris Gates, who has just been all over the place. Huge, huge talent for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We love Chris and everything that he does for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And this has been a lot of fun, the Midtown Showdown. And we cannot wait to do this next year, but that trophy is going to belong to the Hardaway Hawks in the inaugural season of the Midtown Showdown. And we want to thank our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, Mikael Benton, for the 2 rushing touchdowns. Bobby Gary Jr. also had 2 rushing touchdowns. Markel Birch and William Little also with rushing touchdowns. And Columbus was able to get on the board, but it was too little too late. But this has really been a great event and just a great job by the Hardaway Hawks in Columbus putting this on with the festivities in the parking lot with the tailgating. All right, so for Chris Gates, I'm Richard Holdridge saying so long from Otis Spencer Stadium as year 1 of the Midtown Showdown in the books. Hardaway comes out victorious 47-6 over the Columbus Blue Devils. We'd like to thank our sponsors one last time. Alex Quinney All-State Agency, State Farm, Carroll Purdue, Zaxby's, Terry Johnson Agency, Chandra Edwards and the Morehouse School of Medicine, Masterwall Incorporated, Zaxby's, CVCC, Pepsi, Gordy Eye Care, and Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great night, everybody.